Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Creativity Broadcast. I'm Laura Westman, and we're here to do another collective creativity reading for the creative soul. So let's go ahead and relax, just taking a deep breath. And let's see what guidance there is for us today. I'm getting this comment like, spill it, spill out. Let's see what this is about. Okay. We're gonna start today with the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle. Do you guys like my mermaid mug? I think it's pretty cute. It's funny, I was kind of getting this thought before starting this reading that was like this image of like mermaid treasure. Maybe the message is like, spill out all the mermaid treasure. All right, let's see. Wisdom of Avalon. All right, what do you have for us today, Wisdom of Avalon? Spill it, spill it. I've got two cards. Cool. All right, the first one I got here is the butterfly. Mystery, transformation, beautiful. And then the second one that I got is mystery. I just mixed these up. Let's see, the butterfly actually says beauty. And then we have the card, the mystery. Ah, cool. All right, let's see. Wow. Butterfly, almost like we're like flitting in a way that is kind of beautiful, perhaps inside of a larger mysterious process that maybe we're not meant to totally understand just yet. So let's check out these readings to get a little bit more information. Oh my God. Wait, really quick. Can you see the numbers on these? This one says 25, butterfly. The mystery says 52. Okay, that's crazy. That's so beautiful. Who's playing a little game with us today? I wonder. Okay, the butterfly, beauty. When you see the butterfly, know that the power of beauty is in your life. The butterfly reminds you to see through its eyes and watch the world be transformed. Beauty is in the eye of the one who looks for it. Today, look for loveliness even in the darkest places, and you'll be amazed. All of the mystery is beautiful. The mystery. Okay. Beauty is everywhere. You just have to open your eyes. The next step can only be achieved if you do this today. Wow, that's very straightforward. Someone may give you something beautiful today. Remember to be grateful. Wow, direct reference to this card, the mystery. Well, as I'm looking for it, I want to share with all of you what this is making me think of, which is yesterday, my husband and I watched the movie Contact with Jodie Foster. And I remember this movie mostly from when it came out. I was a kid. My mom loved this movie, so I have a lot of affection for it simply because I remember her loving it so much. But watching it yesterday was so moving. Because this is a spoiler if you haven't seen the movie Contact, just like don't watch the rest of this video. Go watch Contact and then watch the rest of this video. She has this experience where she basically is being, like, I don't even know how to explain it using something other than images, but she goes through these wormholes and ends up having this really loving conversation with, you could call it an alien, a star being, whatever. And she's so curious. She's like, why did you contact me? And it says, well, you reached out. And the movie sort of paints this picture of her as this like forever curious searcher, somewhat fueled by just this like childhood longing to know and explore and understand. So anyway, that's kind of what this is making me think of, is what can happen just through a lot of grace and us not controlling outcomes when we actually just send out our bat signals of like, help me, contact me. Wow, it's really coming through strong. All right, the mystery. This marker directs you into the unknowable mystery of your journey. It is the sacred place where all things are created but are not yet formed. It points the way to pure power and potential, which meets the magic of intention. I'm going to read that again. It points the way to pure power and potential, which meets the magic of intention. It tells you that the magical, unknowable forces of destiny and fate are working in your life. The forces that you can never fully understand or control are indeed weaving their magic around you to help you fulfill your true purpose. There is, however, a warning to be humble here. The mystery reveals itself only when it chooses, and not when or how you demand. The cosmic laws operate here outside of time and space, outside of human influence and intellect. Only hindsight will reveal their patterns. Only total trust and the deepest faith can be your allies when the mystery appears as a sacred journey marker on your path. Sometimes it may seem as if you're going backward, but truly, if you look at a spiral, it goes up, back around, and reaching upward, although it may seem for a time that you are not. You are indeed progressing. Trust the mystery and keep going. For now, trust that the thread of your life is woven into the pattern of the mystery with beauty, grace, strength, and purpose. Wow, so just in that phrase, we got beauty today with the butterfly. We got strength last week with the dragon. This marker is an auspicious and profound omen. The hawk, the omen, that shows you that you are on the correct path. The mystery. Wow. The mystery. The butterfly. Wow, you all. So, I think those who've been tuning in and resonating with these readings, most people are kind of in a space of feeling like they're opening up to something new in life that is calling forth the creativity of their soul or their, like their creative spirit in a way that feels really vulnerable and true and almost destined. And there's this kind of tension that can happen when we start to open up to that, because it's very vulnerable. And just like the card said, I think it's very human for us to become aware of a new opening or open up to a new possibility, and all of the work that it takes to just be open and available for it and to choose it. And then we're at the beginning of a new hero's journey with it. Again, we're not just rolling out of bed, having this future. It's a whole new journey. And so I think that this reading so far, one of the things I'm really getting is like, hey, be in the moment right now and be that butterfly, flitting from branch to branch, being in the beauty of it without giving too much thought to the big picture, which again is kind of consistent with the reading from last week about kind of letting the universe handle the big stuff from time to time and focusing a little more on the day to day, which is so crazy, especially when, we're often conditioned to, I just picked up the Sacred Rebels deck for the next part of this reading. When we're conditioned to create in ways that are kind of solely focused on us, so they're not interdependent, they're kind of just 100% controlled by us, which is a very limiting way to create, but it is kind of what we're trained into, that I think a lot of us are trying to figure out how to unlearn. So let this just be part of that. Wow, the mystery. It's so cool and so maddening. All right. So for a little bit of further clarification, we're going to go into the Sacred Rebels Oracle. And let's see what Sacred Rebels has for us here when it comes to the mystery and the butterfly. I wonder if this will be a little bit about like that reading I did over the weekend that disappeared. It's about surrendering to your creations. Let's see what this says. Do I have two here? Is that what it's asking me to do? Y'all, this is feeling kind of garbled. I'm going to just do this one more time. I think am I trying too hard to control the mystery with this deck? Is that what this is about? Maybe this just isn't the right one. I'm going to move over to the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I think Sacred Rebels might actually be in the direction it's asking us not to go, which is trying to get busy and control things we can't control. Okay, let's see. All right, Wild Unknown. Oh yeah, this is already making more sense. It's already feeling better. I wonder if we could ask for 2 cards from this. Let's see, Wild Unknown. If we could have 2 messages of support. Bat. What's the second one? Otter. Bat. I think we got Bat from another deck not too long ago. Bat. Nocturnal. The moon. Intuition. Sensing. And another winged creature, just like the butterfly. And then we have Otter. Uh, Otter, joy, play, 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 play. Wow. I'm not saying that much because I'm a little bit in awe of the consistency of this. It almost feels like this deck is like, why do you need, I'll just reinforce the message. Okay, let's see. Um, Bat, darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, accepts, adapts, and adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go or reminisces. To bring into balance, it says, watch the sunrise. Wow, bat. So at the beginning of the year, I do, as recommended in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit guidebook, I do a year ahead spread where you kind of pull a card for the whole year and then you do a bit of a wheel of the year where every month gets its own animal. And the bat, let's see what, it was April I got the bat. And the bat is so wonderful and exciting to me. It's just a very different creature, you know. It's literally nocturnal and kind of like seeing the world through the opposite lenses that we are always looking at the world through. And sometimes I think when we're feeling like we're closing a chapter or it's time for a rebirth or a transformation and we're having a really hard time letting go, sometimes literally flipping our lens to the opposite interpretation or the opposite perspective can be super helpful. I know for me, like one of the threads that I've really been trying to work and really let go of is a lot of shame when it comes to my earnings. Like I feel like in my career, part of why I chose my career path was to not walk the narrative that lots of people walk. And through it, I've actually had to face the narratives in a lot of different ways. And I think one of the things that bat energy has really been helping me and showing me is that that's just one interpretation of what's been going on and one interpretation of where I am. Like if I literally flip it on its head, there's a lot of ways in which I'm actually really succeeding and starting to kind of move past things that have felt like blocks in the past. So that really didn't feel like they were mine. They kind of felt like they were inherited or conditioned. And so I think bat has brought with it a bit of a sense of like night flying freedom. And I think that's such a cool opportunity right now, especially if you're feeling scared or sometimes when we're at the precipice of joy and beauty and kind of a more relaxed, soul-based way of moving through our lives. Sometimes that precipice brings with it all of the old stuff again, and it can feel really scary, you know, like bats sometimes can be kind of freaky, like we don't see them coming. But what I love about it is that bats are these like little creatures, and they kind of show up to signify those thresholds like twilight or day breaking. And so they can give us actually some comfort and some sense of flying through the stuff that used to hold us back instead of getting stuck behind it. Thank you, bat. All right, now we got to look at the cutie pie. Now we got to look at Otter. Let's see, where are you, Otter? Ha 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 ha. Otter, unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Oh, perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck. Eee. Otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The Otter card begs those questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance party or celebration. You know, this is making me think of, I have somehow trained my Instagram algorithm to give me like almost exclusively cute animal videos. And often I'll get videos of otters that have like a favorite object, you know, like they have something that they've picked up as kind of like a treasure, like the mermaid treasure. And they're just super happy little creatures swimming playfully through the water. That's so lovely. I feel like the message here that's coming through really strongly is that it's safe to be in this energy now. It's actually safe to let yourself play and let go and glide through the waters of the day to day. So, wow, Otter. Oh, that's so lovely. Wow. So we did kind of actually get mermaid. Oh, wow. This is also kind of intense. Elk. Intense maybe for me. I don't know if it's intense for you all, but I need to talk about this for a second because elk is the card for me for this month, actually. And I was just thinking about it this morning, how I haven't looked at it in a little while. So I guess they just decided to show it to me. Wow. Look at that. All right, let's read it. Let's just see if there's anything for you all in this one as well. When I read by myself, these are not as like fun and sassy, but when I'm doing this for all of us, it's like they just I feel a little bit like they're like showing off. They're like, look, we're here, okay? We want to have fun. Okay. Elk. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. I really do feel this sense of being very supported and guided by like a very loving, fatherly, masculine energy. It's interesting. You also notice here that we have this sort of like burning sun in the background. This flames are on the elk's antlers. And to me, this just signifies the connection to spirit, and the sense of connection between the earth and the ethereal, and who we are when we kind of walk both of those realms together. It's really awesome. Well, curious to know what that brings to you. Clearly it brought a lot to me. All right, everyone. Good luck with your butterfly journey. And I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time.